Good morning. My name is Jason, and I'm with Focus Counseling and Therapy in Daphne. And I want to talk a little bit today about the idea of divisiveness and being divided. Because you look at the news today, whatever outlet you use, and it seems like the whole world is divided. And the news is almost built on showing us and exploiting that division. And a lot of times those divisions are based on the ideologies. And a lot of times those ideologies are not necessarily what the people truly believe themselves, but it's whatever culture they were brought up in or whatever family they were taught, what the family taught them, and that continues to be a cycle. So we look at somebody else from a different point of view and we think we have nothing in common. And the fact is, we do, especially as human beings. We have more in common with each other than we have that could ever divide us. For example, we were all born. Well, that's a pretty obvious one there, but we were brought up as children. And some had good childhoods, some had not so good childhoods that they still struggle with today. But even as children, we played, we laughed, we had a good time. And then we grew up, unfortunately. And as grown-ups, we have loved, we have lost. We have had periods of times where we have laughed. We have had periods of times where we have cried. We have had grief or the experience the joy of a new life coming into our life. We have had goals and aspirations that we want to achieve. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I could just keep going on and on, but there's just so much that makes us similar than different. When someone comes to see me for therapy and they sit across from me, I understand that I am almost looking at myself, but just with different life experiences. And I hope that in our conversations and our disclosures that they realize that I care for them, that I have empathy for them, that I want to instill hope in them. Because every single person that's ever really ever lived, everybody, I don't care who they are, has something inside of them of intrinsic value that makes them worthy of being loved. So when I'm having therapy with somebody, I want to instill that kind of hope. Now I can tell you one thing, if they knew my ideologies, let's say I felt like spurting them out, like, which would be a terrible thing to do, they wouldn't come and see me and they would not even consider me. But when we avoid the ideologies and we talk about the commonalities of our human experiences, we can connect with each other as therapists and clients and move forward and make progress within the therapeutic relationship. So try to remember that these ideologies and differences in ideologies constantly being shoved down our throats are really a false narrative. They're very true and they are problematic, but yet at the core of them, our humanity and who we are as people is the most common bond that we have. And it's a shame that we have all these ideologies that completely separate us. And I made a video before this one, but I canceled it because a lady that I don't know really well, except she walks up and down my street every day, brought me a bag of oranges as a thank you because I just go out and see her every morning and ask her how she was doing. Don't even know her name. Don't know her ideology. Don't know anything about her. Is that she's a sweet older lady who is dealing with Parkinson's. And I just try to show her a little bit of empathy and a little bit of caring by just asking her how she's doing. And she brought me a bag of oranges. I thought that was so neat. And it further shows that that common humanity that we have is what brings us together. It is what makes us a more loving person, a more empathetic person, a more caring person to those that are around us. And that is what we need to focus on. And it can bring a lot of good things in our life and make us love others more. If you would like to learn more about me and my practice, you can go to my website at jjohnsoncounseling.com, or you can email me at jjohnson@jjohnsoncounseling.com. I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a great